Okay, so we're working on finding the slope of the line. So know what it looks like on the graph. Change in y over the change in x. We're still going to keep that same idea in trying to find the slope of the line to describe what happens for the equation. Okay, what are we going to do differently? Not a thing, except for we're going to actually calculate the slope with 2 points. So this idea, this x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2 is one ordered pair, a second ordered pair. That's all it means. And it doesn't mean there's any particular order to this. So that's why this idea up here of the change in y over the change of x for the slope is much, much nicer for us to try to remember. There's not a whole bunch of things. So if you just remember this, what are the y coordinates? Change, subtraction. What are the x coordinates? Change, subtraction. Okay? So we're going to do that down here. So slope is the change in y. So we're going to have a subtraction. Again, keep in mind that the ordered pairs are x, y, x, y. So you pick the two y coordinates, any order. So let's go 8 and then 4. The x's have to be done in the same order, so 5 minus 3. So this here is an ordered pair. When that comes up, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this ordered pair, x, y, 8, 5. So that's a check. Do we have the ordered pair? 3, 4? Yep, okay. So doesn't matter which one you start with as long as you're consistent. So now we just do the subtractions. So 8 minus 4 over 5 minus 3, and that's 2. Let's just, for example, on this one here, we're not going to do it all the time. What happens if you would have done it the other way? Started with the 4. So 4 minus 8, again, y minus y, over, if we start with 4, we got to start with the 3, minus the 5, x minus x. So negative 4 over a negative 2, it's still 2. Remember, negative divided by a negative? Okay, that's it. That's all there is to it, right then and there. Nothing else, nothing new, nothing else. Nothing is different. What we do no matter what on these. I know it's going to, it may not, it's just the same thing. So m, the slope is, so the change in y. Now we could, so I've seen students do this before, and this might be a good idea. So change in the y over change in x. So change is always subtraction. What are the two y coordinates? Pick an order, any order. 3 and negative 1. Y, y. Pick x's, same order. X, negative 2, negative 5. Write that down. The calculation, I know how you can calculate any way you want, but that's fine. Now the calculate, show the subtractions, show the changes. And again, the coordinates, 3 and negative 1. 3, negative 1. Negative 2, negative 5. Again, checking ordered pairs, negative 2, 3, right there. Negative 5, negative 1, right there. So 3 minus a negative 1. Negative 2 minus a negative 5. Can you do anything with that? Is there a number that goes into both? Nope. It's the lowest term. We're done. Leave it this way. Don't go mixed number. We want the change in y over the change in x. Again, remember what we did with the graph. The slope was a fraction. We want to have this fraction. So if you want to hit pause now for a second and try and verify this one, go ahead and hit the pause. Okay, now that you're back. So the y coordinates. So if we go negative 1 minus 0. So if I go negative 1 minus 0, I got to do the x's, 7 minus negative 5. Did you get that before? Again, check it. Minus is change. Subtraction is change. And done. Don't go to a decimal either. Even if it's a nice decimal, this doesn't look so nice, we're done. Okay? Example 4. Again, let's try and verify. So hit pause. Now that you're back, so you can set up the form if you want, the formula, not the formula, the skeleton kind of thing. Ooh, Halloween. And I'll plug it in. So the change in y coordinates, change in x. I started with this one because I wanted the 5 minus -3. 4 minus 4. -3 minus, 5 minus a -3. Again, this is where if you go, wait, and I know that's plus a positive. Haha, exactly. 0 divided by 8 is 0. And that's a fine and dandy number. That is okay. That's good. 0 divided by something we can have. Now, by the way, looking at the y coordinates, both the y coordinates are 4. X can be anything. That's that horizontal line we had before. Okay, let's try this last one here again. Hit pause to try and verify. Now again, back. So setting it up. Change in y over change in x. So y values. -4 minus 4. X values. So if I start with -4, I got to start with that value here. Here again, order pair to -4 to 4. Yep, we're good. So -4 minus 4 is a -8. 2 minus 2, 0. Wait, now be careful with this one. Notice, in a fraction, and this is where if we think about it as a fraction, we sometimes go, huh? What do we do? But think about what the fraction bar means. Divide. Can you divide by 0? So what do we call this one? There's no such number. This is that undefined slope. Some people you may know may also say this as no slope because there's no such number for this slope. Notice the x's are both 2. Y's are different. That would be that vertical line, x equal 2. Okay, there's it. There's slope in a nutshell right there. More than a nutshell, that's all that it really is. Here are your two special cases, especially example 5. And it's not even a special case. It's how do you deal with these kinds of numbers? Do the rest of them, show this, and then let the calculation happen.